mission. Oriental Vision is planning on building a coal washing facility, which you can see up there on the upper left. Coal washing is important to get rid of the ash content, to make it cleaner, so we don't pollute the air, and to upgrade the energy value. So we can produce more power with less coal. This is as I said, we are already beginning production and development, and we are planning to ship for the rest of the year. So you can see here, for Shanghai and Taiji, we have our shipment schedule ready already. As you can see, there's a different categories on the left column. There's China ore at 0.90% nickel, China ore at 1.5% nickel. These are all our different products. All these companies, Dow Steel, Time Steel, DHT, or Queensland Nickel now, they're called Queensland Nickel now, they all have different ore specifications. And this is what we're delivering to our customers. And you can see, particularly in Dinagat, we're going to be shipping almost every week from June to October, which is the shipping season. After that, random typhoon, so it's impossible to get the ship there without being very, very risky. So we're taking advantage of the shipping window to get our products out. And then same for Isabela. Now, the table here at the bottom, which I hope you can all see, shows the total gross revenue that we hopefully generating from all these shipments. If you're familiar with mining, nickel prices are openly traded on the London Metal Exchange or the LSE. You can check out their website, lne.co.uk. You can see the prices there. Right now, when we started developing these mines early last year, LME prices were at $15,000. LME prices are now at $25,000. So we've effectively made an additional $8 million just because prices are going up. And as Danny said, the U.S. markets are recovering, global markets are recovering. The global economy has recovered from the financial crisis. And we are expecting greater demand for nickel, greater demand for stainless steel because countries are beginning to invest again in infrastructure development and consumer spending. So we think that the prices are going to keep rising. These are gross revenue in dollars. These are gross revenue in dollars. We're still determining the operating cost because we're still in the process of developing the mines itself, the roads, the ports, etc. But our average operating cost is around $10 per wet metric ton, and we're selling the ore at around $50 to $80 per wet metric ton. So that's a huge profit margin there. Now, if you look at the reserves, again, reserves means that this is actual ore that we are sure is there and can be mined already. And the ore that you can find in Orbi, so if the value is at $20,000 conservatively, it's almost worth like nothing. The total value of these three mines alone is 36 billion pesos, which is less than Nihao's market, much more than Nihao's current market cap. Just to show you sensitivity analysis, for $25,000, which is the current price of nickel at the moment, it's worth 45 billion pesos. Sorry, I did the dollars in the last slide. And if it goes up to $30,000, which is highly possible this year, if markets keep on going on their current trajectory, it's worth more than 50 billion pesos. And Nihao has a 30% share of that. So besides this is what we have right now. We have 3 projects with this much reserves. We have 3 projects with this much reserves there. This is in dry metric tons, kanina is in wet metric tons, so we track the moisture. But we're going to keep exploring. So those reserves are going to keep going up. Palgi and Samay can typically reach around 10 to 20 million dry metric tons. Dinapigue can reach maybe 30 to 40 dry metric tons of nickel. So this value is very conservative at the moment. It can still keep going up. But more importantly, ore is not just looking at mining alone. When we mine, we ship ore to China, to Australia, and they sell us back stainless steel, cars, ships, rebars. We want to go into value-added processing so we can capture more of the profit from mining. We don't want to sell them our dirt only. We want to sell them refined ore, so that we can earn more money. So this is what Orly is looking at. It's looking into high value business segments, including nickel processing and or refining facility in Dinagat or in Surigao, near the power plant, because the processing facilities are power intensive. Coal washing and man-mouth power plant, and a chromite beneficiation and upgrading plant. So I already talked about chromite. The nickel processing plant, we're thinking of importing, or they're examining the possibility of bringing in technology from China to smelt the nickel ore. So where before you can sell the nickel ore per ton, $50 to $60. When you smelt it, you can sell it for $200 to $500, depending on the grade. So that's what we mean by capturing value. Before, we sell them dirt, now we sell them solid bars of nickel. And that's, we are helping bring in more profit into the Philippines. Now, this is important because these two are connected. You need power for smelting, for electric arc furnaces. So our advantage, Orly, is horizontally integrated. We have a coal, we're going to build a power plant beside it, and then we're going to build a nickel smelter beside the power plant so that it has power to smelt and to refine the nickel. So over the next 2 to 3 years, we'll be continuing to develop this vision of an integrated, not just mining, but metals and refining company. So the second thing to, or upside for Nihao and Orly is we're continuing to look at other projects. Besides Mr. Bora, because he's very experienced and has a lot of connections in the local mining industry, he's looking at acquiring more mines in Dinagat, near Palhi and Takay, so that we can take advantage of the concentration of our machinery and personnel there, and we can have economies of scale and save on cost to develop these mines. Additionally, we also have 30,000 hectares of mining claims besides the Pampakan copper gold project. This is one of the largest undeveloped copper gold prospect in Southeast Asia. It's in the Philippines, it's in Mindanao. We have 30,000 hectares around it. Just so you're aware, if you want to do research later, the people here who like to read about fundamentals, Pampakan was bought by Chinese mining giant Dijin for $500 million just in the last month from an Australian mining company. And they're planning to put in $3 billion to develop that mine. So we want to develop the place around it. Maybe we can sell it to Dijin or joint venture it with Dijin. And if we find a similar world-class copper gold deposit there. And lastly, because we have so many mining claims, and we've got a track record that foreign investors can have trust in, we are very attractive to foreign partners for joint ventures. So we've already been approached by the Hyundai Group, which is the second largest conglomerate in Korea. You can see here, this is Mr. Zamora, this is Mr. Bora, this is Mr. Zamora, that's Mr. Jerry Amping, the president of Nihao. This is Mr. Cho, who is one of the sons of the current president of the Hyundai Group. And he went here 2 weeks ago, and we signed a memorandum of understanding to explore joint venture opportunities for processing nickel here in the Philippines in cooperation with Hyundai. And we're also talking with Chinese investors. So in conclusion, as I said at the start, Orly offers you as investors through Nihao exposure to high-class, world-class mineral deposits in the Philippines. It offers you not just access to those deposits, but exposure to a company which will be exporting and producing ore a month from now. But most importantly, if you hold on to it for the next 2-3 years, you will be exposed to the first integrated nickel mining, refining, and processing company in the Philippines. We'll be bringing value, or we'll be keeping value in the country, and we'll be helping develop the mineral wealth of the Philippines and spreading that to our shareholders and investors. So thank you for your time, everyone. And if you have any questions, please.